Hello, my friends. Welcome to the third zombie cast. I am Brendan.
I'm Ben.
I'm James.
Not me!
Sorry, I had to turn my phone off.
And we are discussing gaming news and our opinions of it.
Alright, let's go.
First off, I'm going to go through all the various announcements that people have made this week, because there's quite a bit that's happened this week.
I am out of the loop. I haven't heard anything.
Nah.
First off, they announced what the God of War Ascension Collector's Edition will contain.
Let's do it.
For the price of $80, it will include an 8-inch Kratos figure,
Oh shit.
the soundtrack for the game,
Oh, that's
ooh,
epic. That's
that'd
gotta
be
be
good
epic,
shit.
yeah.
a downloadable PS3 theme,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Dynamic kick-ass.
future DLC unlock codes.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's good. Unless it's just the free DLC, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't actually say anything else
It's gonna
besides
be free anyway.
Santa Monica!
unlock code for future DLC. That's all I really said about that. A steelbook case,
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Might
and
get that.
this part's for Amazon pre-orders only.
Ah,
Like
Hey,
always.
Amazon
like
pre-order.
always, reptile.
They get the Myth Heroes multiplayer pack, which contains the armor of 4 Greek heroes: Achilles, Perseus, Orion, and Odysseus
Good thing they're all stupid.
for your characters.
Odysseus is a pretty cool name.
Nice.
So what do you guys think of the collector's edition as a whole?
It's not bad. I mean,
I think it'll be worth the $80.
I think I'm gonna get it actually. When does God of War come out?
I don't know.
Probably sometime in
they said next
2013.
year in March.
2013. Alright,
They
good.
said usually in
Hopefully it
March.
wasn't this year because I already got some games that I need to
Yeah.
get, like Resident Evil.
Well, it doesn't sound like a rip-off.
Tekken.
thing.
No, yeah, it seems worth the
Definitely
money.
worth it. Except for that Amazon thing. That's some bullshit. I'm so tired. Who buys their fucking games on Amazon?
How do you pre-order a game on Amazon?
You get it.
Credit card.
You go-
You get it like a day later.
I know, right? Like, I'm pre-ordering this for the...
I'm pre-ordering all that shit
It,
on
it won't even send it
Yeah.
till like a day afterward, and then you get it next week.
I hate pre-order bonuses in general. That's for a whole separate conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not get into that right now.
Yeah.
What's next?
The next announcement is Microsoft had a press conference and they released a new tablet
Brawl.
codenamed Surface.
Actually, it looks really good.
I haven't seen it.
They released like a new tablet.
Like an iPad.
It's like an iPad, but I mean, it looks really good. It comes with a portable like keyboard. They say the keyboard is really water resistant, and it's also really accurate and stuff because other keyboards that connects to like tablets are like super inaccurate.
How is a keyboard that's directly connected inaccurate?
Well,
Is it a
they-
touchscreen tablet? Or
Well, yeah, it's a touchscreen
Well,
tablet.
if you
what was the point of
But
it?
I don't get how a keyboard that is plugged directly into something can be inaccurate at all. Like
Yeah.
you push a P and a W comes out. I don't get how that happens.
well, most
Are
people
you
just
saying that I could
just off
just
the
drop this
touchscreen keyboard, which
keyboard
is
and
not
an
really
ocean
good.
and all
Yeah, no,
that
I
stuff?
get that, but to come with a keyboard, I'm thinking physical keyboard.
Yeah,
No,
well, like,
it folds out. The tablet is
Oh.
a cover.
Oh, and
Oh.
it
It's a cover slash keyboard.
are you
and
saying
it's a
that?
keyboard that's like digital, like a
Oh.
touchscreen keyboard.
No, it's an actual keyboard. It's a cover. When you flip it out, it's
and
a
then,
keyboard.
but it's an actual push button keyboard.
Yeah, it's a push button.
Like
then
this.
how can the word accurate be used in any way?
Like a lot of third-party companies make those type of keyboards for like tablets,
But-
and they don't work.
But when it comes to physical keyboards, the only person that can make it inaccurate is the typer. And that's what they have classes for.
Well, it's accurate in comparison to touchscreen keyboards,
I mean, what I hear
which
about,
any physical keyboard would be.
Wait. So, you're saying that... Alright, so the keyboard is on the tablet. It's on it. Like, you can't take it off?
I don't know if
yeah, you
it's
can take it
attachable
off.
or not.
You can take it off.
Oh, you can? And
Well, what I
you're
mean, like,
saying that it's
inaccurate.
waterproof?
Yeah, it's water
So,
resistant.
like, you can just throw it in water and it'll still work. Like, there's
Yeah,
nothing
work.
electric going through this?
Like, apparently not.
Well,
I mean,
they can just coat the circuitry in some sort of water resistant thing.
what I mean by inaccurate is like
But
you
still,
know,
I mean-
speed doesn't work. That's what I mean.
So not inaccurate as much as just plain old bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they said this tablet is gonna run on like on Internet Explorer 8, and it looks really good. I mean, it looks really good, but
Explorer A?
yeah, I
What is
mean,
Internet Explorer
A. 8 or A?
Do you mean
8.
Windows?
Windows 8, yeah.
A? Oh, that
Windows,
makes sense.
The touchscreen Windows
Oh.
that no one really gives a shit
But
about.
to make a Windows 8, it's gonna run with that. So I mean, it looks good.
I said Microsoft A.
Aside from this story, before the announcement, there were rumors that the tablet was going to have Microsoft Xbox Live streaming capabilities, but that turned out to be completely false.
Oh, really? I can see it. That might work. Wait,
I
streaming?
forgot what we're talking about. What is this tablet?
It's basically
Another iPad.
Microsoft's iPad.
iPad.
Why the
yeah.
fuck-
Of course, it's funny because Microsoft made the tablet first, then Apple took it, and then Microsoft's doing it again. So
Yeah. The iPad just busted out. Like it's just a giant iPhone.
It's just a giant iPod.
That's
but-
exactly what
But
it is.
still, I mean, Xbox also, well, not Xbox, Microsoft also made the Zune, which is their version of the iPod.
But that came out before the iPod, didn't it?
It did not.
It didn't?
No, it did not.
I didn't know.
It's just
Yeah, my
Microsoft's
case.
version of the iPod, and no one bought the shit.
Oh,
It's stupid.
because I mean, iPod
Because
is
there's-
obviously
Because
better.
there's iPods. Why do you need that stupid crap for? But go on.
do you like advertisements in your video games?
No, this is stupid.
Wait, it depends.
Oh.
I don't play
Like,
games
what
for
do you mean, like-
advertisement.
Well,
Sony,
I play-
Sony.
No. This is this isn't for video games
I
specifically.
play-
It's just for the Xbox.
No.
I play games like if like a free roam game and it has like billboards.
For
and
the
really-
media-
that.
for the
Like,
media, it
advertisement,
should-
like in the middle. of
You
the
didn't
game.
actually hear the
Oh, fuck
story
no.
yet. You're
Oh fuck no! That's like a commercial in my video game. Fuck that.
Xbox-
It's like a commercial on my video
Exactly,
game.
that's
Fuck
what
that
they
shit.
Like on
Fuck
YouTube.
that.
that's that.
Xbox
Yeah,
for
fuck
its
advertising.
media streaming services has recently announced new ads for the that are Connect interactable.
That's so stupid.
All this sounds so dumb.
It's on.
It all just comes together into this
So
big
far, the
fucked up
only
mess.
application we've seen is like polling options on your ads, but apparently you'll be able to use the Kinect in all sorts of ways to interact with your ads on the Xbox Connect.
Like it's an
Why
ad.
would I
above
interact with my
it.
ad? Just get rid of this shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I wanna-
it's
Can
an
I
ad.
grab the ad and just shove it up my ass?
Poll
please?
options.
It's an ad for gum.
I just want an ad. I just want an ad with a poll that says, "Do you like ads?"
He's like,
No!
No.
You like
Or
No!
would you pay for an
No,
ad blocker
remember, it's voice
program?
command.
No, it's voice
No.
command. No, no.
Did you say yes? I think you said
I
yes.
think you said yes.
No,
Okay.
no.
Let's add that to the yes pile.
Yeah.
0 no's, 1,000,000
Yeah,
yeses.
no.
It's like, really?
But there's no word on when or which region will get this service when it comes
That
out.
just like ruins everything, man. It's gonna
Wow.
like ruin
But
like the
it's-
focus of the game.
Well, just Xbox.
Yeah, but
I don't.
still.
Okay.
But advertisers
It's
are
still.
Yeah.
flipping their shit
Stupid.
like, yes, this new ads.
So it'll be an ad for like McDonald's. Let's just say as an example. Say we're playing Halo since it's on Xbox.
Yeah.
Well, this is to, well, to
And
clarify,
that's the
this is
only
for
game
streaming
other than
services
Saints
and
Row
all
that I
that.
Okay.
play on Xbox.
Like you're watching.
Okay, but let me finish my joke. Apparently, since I'm wrong, so let's turn to a joke instead. So we're playing Halo, right? I'm killing this faggot, and then that dude, I'm like, boom,
Yeah,
bitch.
teabag, no.
And then I jump off a cliff. For whatever reason, I just do it. And I die, and the loading screen is an advertisement. Is that what
He's
you're
like,
saying?
Do you
No,
want
no,
Go to Arby's
no,
for
no,
a
James.
Jamaican
It's an
shake.
advertisement with a
Go to
poll.
Arby's for a
Oh,
shake
with the
chicken
poll
and
on it.
Jamaican
to?
shake.
There'd be like
So
suicide.
ask what you think
hotline.
about the ad.
Suicide
Yeah,
hotline.
the advertisement is advertising a suicide hotline.
That's horrible.
Bro.
Jump off a cliff? You must have problems.
God, wait a
In
minute.
related news,
Go on,
James is a
999.
horrible person.
But that'd be such a dick
Go
move.
on, not
They're
that.
big moves.
But doesn't
Thanks.
Hulu does that? Like has ads in the middle of the.
Yeah, but they've also got HD TV shows
Yeah.
and HD movies, and you know I'm just sitting there staring, brain dead at its TV screen. Once the advertisement kicks in, I can go, oh, whoa, where am I? I need to take a
It's
piss.
an hour later, like, where did I go?
So yeah, I understand the advertisement. And I could pay to have no advertisement. Fuck that shit.
I'll just take it.
I
But
can
once they start doing
survive.
it for video games, oh fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
To clarify, this is for streaming services which on Xbox only available for gold members.
I don't even know what that.
Go and
No.
shit like just
I don't
$60.
even
That's
play
like
Xbox.
isn't that like PlayStation Plus?
What?
Well, it came out.
Except
it
for
came
Xbox,
out.
you need to do
First.
anything of
I know.
value.
Yeah, you gotta buy.
Yeah. If you want to do anything online, you gotta have gold
Gold-
membership.
oh,
Yeah, there is
really?
silver membership, but no, like you can't do jack
You
shit.
can't
with
do-
silver.
you're gonna-
You can like buy shit off of the
Oh, really?
marketplace, but you can't do anything
Anyway-
else but
Oh,
that.
really?
I think
Yeah.
we should move on from this conversation.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
You guys like Saints Row, right?
Yeah,
You
like,
know about
Why
the
we don't?
Interdominatrix
yeah, I heard
DLC?
about that.
Yeah, we heard
how
about
it's turned
that.
into
It's
a new
being
game.
canceled and it's now going to be
It is.
remade to a whole new Saints Row game.
Well, it's not gonna be made into a whole new Saints
A whole
Row game.
new-
It's gonna be in Saints Row 4.
A whole new mission probably.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know anything about the Dominatrix thing.
And they only had like a couple pictures.
Oh, with giants,
Yeah, there
right?
wasn't a whole
Yeah,
lot announced
giant-
for it.
With
Giant like
giants.
mascots.
Holy fuck. I have no idea what to think.
This is so great.
Giant
And
mascots
they
at
have like evil
Steelport.
faces like
Just laugh.
yeah, I heard about that.
What's next, Brandon?
Did any of you play Okami for the PS2?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I
High
heard
def
that.
connection. High def game.
Yes.
Yes. $20.
They announced the
It's
HD
$20?
remake for $20, and it will be
That's a good
released
deal.
this fall with move support.
I don't give a shit, but I'm good.
Of course,
I
the
might
move
actually
support in
pick that
Okami, it kind of makes sense.
Oh yeah. It's like the paintbrush.
I mean, that's probably all it's going to be.
But I'm gonna get the game.
I
Definitely
actually,
get that.
might pick that up because I always wanted to play the one for PS2.
It's a really good game. And
I
it's,
still have the PS2
Oh,
version.
really?
The game's pretty lengthy too. It's a really good game.
I had a lot of fun with it when I
Oh,
played
really?
it.
Yeah. It's
I
really
I saw it at like a GameStop once, but I was just too young to know how to play.
good. It's a fun game.
I did. I'm just. I was
It's
like, oh,
It was the
fire
first game to
dog.
sell. It was the first game to not sell 1 million copies and get a Game of the Year
Oh,
award. It sold 600,000 copies.
The fire dog, jump in the game.
The fire dog jumped in the game. Sorry guys,
Okay.
I had nothing to say. I absolutely am not
I
interested
just
at
let them-
all in Okami.
I let them control the conversation. I still have my copy, so I'll be playing that again if I want to. Anyway, next story. Hideo
I
Kojima
know him.
has recently announced
Metal Gear
Gear
Solid
Solid
5! I got a boner when I heard that shit, I swear.
I was like, son, I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it coming. They said they were done with Snake, but I have no idea.
I knew they couldn't have ended it like that.
I mean, they definitely, they could have.
They said it's going to be
Yeah.
made with the Fox engine. I
The
don't know
Fox
if they-
Die engine.
It's a new one. Isn't that
No,
what?
it's the new engine.
Yeah, new one.
Aren't they using that for Revengeance?
No,
no,
that's
one
that's whole other company.
It'll be focused
That game
more
might
on
be cool,
stealth,
too.
similar to Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Well, stealth, I like that Metal Gear Solid 2. I like sneaking around. Like, with Metal Gear Solid 4, I think it's a perfect game, but I've gone over this before. I think Metal Gear Solid 4 is the perfect game in my opinion.
It's such
But
a
it
good
could,
game.
you could sneak around. You actually get awards for not being spotted the entire game, and you cannot be
not
spotted.
Yeah.
Not
Like,
saying
it is possible to
it's
not
possible
be
to
spotted.
go through the game without being
Yeah.
spotted, but
not like-
it's so much easier to just kill everyone.
Yeah.
But if they go back to like Metal Gear Solid 2, where if you're spotted, you're dead.
Yeah, like there's no way you're getting out of that. You gotta
Then-
become sneaky.
Then that'll be fun. I found that really
To
fun.
be fair, Human Revolution does that as well. You can survive.
Yeah,
most
yeah, 2
fire
bullets.
fights.
I don't know if
Dead.
they're 2 shots.
I don't
You
know,
can,
we-
you can survive them.
We've,
I did.
we've seen your
Once.
we've seen your cyborg man upgrade his hand, grab someone's skull, and twist them like a twirly top, and they get shot twice in the chest and
Twist them
die.
like a twirly top and get shot.
But yeah, if they go back to that stealth thing, I mean, I'm buying either way.
Yeah.
After Metal Gear Solid 4,
I'm
I
excited,
was
like-
like, whoa!
I'm excited, like,
I'm
how the
gonna
story's
buy. I'm
be.
gonna buy
Yeah.
2 Metal Gear.
I gotta say,
Metal
like, he
Gear
was
games.
old as shit, and he was like decrepit. Like he was like having trouble moving
Yeah.
because he was old. His suit was actually a muscle suit
Just
that
keep
helped him
up.
move. So I gotta see what they're doing next.
I'm gonna buy 2 Metal Gear games.
I want to see if Sonny's all hot and shit. But that's a
Okay.
different story.
That's
Our next story, because of Amazon's incompetence, Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified has its release date confirmed.
What's
Isn't that the one for
declassified?
Wii?
It's a Vita.
The Vita?
It's a Vita game from the Call of Duty franchise.
Oh, I guess it was only a matter of time.
It'll be available for the Vita for $50 on December 31st, 2012.
Why the fuck so? Why $50?
Why
Every other
December
game I've
31st?
On the other
December
Vita game,
31st.
Well, I mean, I tried to go to the best with $50.
but that's a game.
Oh, well, I
That's
bought Marvel vs. Capcom for
That's
40.
that's a game that has a story.
And
So does Call of Duty.
But
It has a shitty story, but it
Who's
has
gonna
a
Black
story.
Ops.
Who-
No,
Ask
Black
anyone-
Ops'
no, Black Ops
story was
great.
actually really
Who's
good.
gonna pick up a
It's
Call
the-
of Duty game?
It's
and
the
play for
Modern
the story,
Warfare
though?
games
I
whose stories are terrible.
I played for the story.
That is a good point. Who is the target audience for this game?
That's true.
I
I
played
mean,
for
no,
the
you
story.
can actually play online with the Vita, and online's actually pretty good. I
Yeah.
played Marvel vs. Capcom online. a
Yes, but anyone
But
who
I'm
plays
taking a
Call of
shit.
Duty is just going to get the console version.
lot. That's true. But what if you're like taking a shit and
Is
you
it-
want to kick some ass
Is
in
it
the
like
toilet?
based off of Black
Then
Ops
you
2
wait
or
for the game to end,
Do you think
pause
it'll
it,
be like-
and then go
think
to
it'll be
battle.
What if
crossover?
what if you had the 3 or was it 3G?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you had the 3G PS Vita and you could play while you're in the car?
I don't typically play my games in the car anymore.
Well, I don't either because I'm the one driving, but you don't because. But what if there's people out there that do?
Yeah.
VNet might be one of them.
In New York, maybe.
No one drives. in
No, no one
New
drives.
York.
Only people who drive New York always get in accidents and
Yeah,
going
yeah,
2 miles an
accidents,
hour
yeah.
every stop.
Yeah, getting
Yeah, getting a
2
stop.
miles an hour and flipping people off for not
I know.
moving.
Yeah. You're
fucking asshole.
You fucking asshole! Stop my stoplight!
How dare you stop at the red light?
Dang, you should have won. Alright, go on.
Okay, this
What
ends.
about?
Oh, I have to clear my throat.
What were we talking about?
Oh, shit.
That ends gaming announcements. Now we're just going to go to general gaming news.
Okay.
Star Wars: The Old Republic has now considered a free-to-play business model for their game.
Does that mean now I can play
Old Republic.
Old Republic? That's what Battle of Old Republic.
Battle.
The Old Republic.
Now I can play Star Wars Battlefield.
Battlefield.
Yes, the reason for this is because in a month they've won from 1.7 million subscribers to 1.3 million.
Oh, it went down. So now it's gonna be. They're doing what DC Universe did.
Yes,
Yeah, basically.
they're doing it because they said that the casuals did not want to play the game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how many people started playing DC Universe when it got free?
Everybody started
I know,
playing.
right?
And
Their
then-
things were slowing
And
down.
then a couple
Yeah,
of days
so-
later, no one started playing.
The
it.
servers are crashing.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I played-
Everything started crashing. It just. I played it for a while.
I played it for enough to get my upgrade like once.
I played it
Yeah.
for one day and I got bored of it.
I didn't get. I had some.
I had fun with it. Like it was
I-
fun playing online.
Yeah,
though.
I
Like,
stopped
people-
having fun because it would glitch out and I would have trouble leveling up
Yeah.
and beating levels. Like I couldn't beat the levels because I was getting killed in one shot, even though I was higher level than them.
Yeah.
Or like I just wouldn't level up.
And another problem was like the MMO people, like heroes. If you're
Yeah,
villain, like
if
people
you're a
who are
villain-
like 10 levels there just guarding that mission or something.
Yeah, like
you
you're like
can't
level
get through.
13 and you're doing like just a mission trying to level up. They had like level 52 heroes come
Yeah,
flying down and
Yeah.
killing everyone.
What
And
is
then,
it?
and then standing there for the rest of the people to try to finish it. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it just has flaws.
It just became unfun. And I stopped playing.
It's more fun just messing around in the city.
Yeah, with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your sides of people, like
Yeah.
either hero or villain.
Yeah, it's just PvP. It's just
Yeah.
Alright. So our next story comes from Australia. They have recently approved an 18 plus rating for their video games.
Really? Finally?
Wasn't it like 17?
No, 18 plus. Previously, there was 17 plus rating, but if the game was too violent for Australia,
Banned.
It was banned, yeah.
they
like,
would
Dead
just
Island,
not
right?
rate it, and it wouldn't be sold in stores.
Wasn't like Fallout like that too? Fallout,
Yeah.
like GTA.
Dead Island, too.
Of
Dead
course, that's
Island,
compounded by the
Mortal Kombat.
fact that importing games from the US to Australia actually costs less than just buying it in Australia.
wow.
The Australian dollar kind of sucks, at least for games.
Australia kind of sounds like it sucks.
Well, a game that costs us $60 costs them $100.
Damn.
Wow.
Fuck that.
The same exact game.
Seriously, fuck that.
So the taxes from importing it cost less than the $40 difference.
God
Wow.
damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so now they can import it for a different reason besides they don't have it there anymore. There was a leaked Microsoft document that revealed the Xbox 720.
Yeah, I actually
This
read that.
This is a rumor. I cannot confirm this.
Okay.
I read it. It was just a headline, and you know I'm not a reader, so it's confirm 720. Won't be getting that, and that was it. Then I went back to
Did they say that about it?
According to the rumor, it has Blu-ray support and built-in Wi-Fi,
Okay, so
with
everything-
additional plans for alternate reality glasses.
Everything the PS3.
alternate reality glasses. The fuck am I
With
listening
plans
to?
for that. That's according to the rumor.
That just sounds
I
dumb.
can't confirm this. In fact, I think it's blatantly false. But that's the rumor.
I understand like the Blu-ray which PS3 has and the and Wi-Fi which PS3 also
Yeah,
has.
it's just PS3. But Blu-ray built to Wi-Fi.
I'm glad someone else
Yeah,
pointed that out besides
PS3.
me. I'm glad I wasn't the one that
It's like,
pointed
wait a
that out.
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of late to the ball game.
Dude, look at the Wii. They finally got
That's
the,
because
iPad.
Blu-ray won the format war.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and,
that's true, they
and
did
Wii
one.
is just not getting HD.
Remember the DVD HD?
DVD HD.
Yeah, I think
Before
I destroyed
Blu-ray came out?
Yeah.
It was out for like a year or something like that, maybe even less. And
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray was just like, poosh.
Whereas like you know
more
what?
content.
I was like, dang.
Dual sided.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
know, right? Both sides.
So, are you aware of EA's Origin service?
No.
Its competitor to Steam.
Mhm.
No, I never heard of Origin service.
I don't even know what the fuck Steam is.
Yeah, I don't know what Steam is
Steam is a PC platform where you can buy games. It's run by Valve, the
either. Oh, Valve.
Half-Life developers.
I know
Well, I've
Valve.
heard of it. I just don't know what the
Play
fuck
the
it
games
is.
like that.
And it's one of the most reliable services on the PC. EA tried doing something called Origin to compete with it a while back. And when asked if they were going to do sales like Steam does, and they do like sales like 75% off an old game, When EA was asked if they would do something like that, they said no because it, quote, cheapens the IPs. This week, they recently announced sales on their games on Origin.
Finally?
Basically going against what they just said.
What does cheapen IP mean?
I don't know, but the IPs cheapened by Origin sales include Mass Effect and Dragon Age.
Mass Effect 1.
Yeah, well, Mass Effect 1 and 2.
Okay. Old ass games. And
Well,
It
yeah,
came out like 30
That's what
years ago.
Steam does too. They sell
that's
old
for
games.
Do they have rival schools?
I don't think EA does rival schools.
No. Does Steam have rival schools?
I doubt it.
How many companies does Steam run with?
A few. Like most PC games are put on Steam. I know Street Fighter X Tekken is on Steam.
I got that on console.
Yeah, I don't
Mod
like
it.
that.
Mod it, yeah, I can do that.
Mod it to turn the rivals.
I don't want rival schools.
In another separate statement from EA, they claim that, quote, cross-platform play is the future.
Yeah.
And they have invested $250 million on social network tie-in games.
No, don't do that.
Fucking God, what
Social
the fuck?
gaming.
They have FIFA and Sims social networking games releasing they're developing right now.
But no one's gonna play them.
But previous
FIFA
endeavors,
You might play Sims.
Okay, maybe FIFA.
FIFA sells a lot.
but
Isn't it FIFA
previous
soccer?
attempts at this
So
include
wow.
Mass Effect and Dragon Age social games.
You might play Sims.
I don't get the social game part, like on Facebook.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what
like
social
social
game
network.
is
They
basically.
compare
Like,
your scores.
no,
You play Mass Effect on Facebook?
Well, they did have a Mass Effect Facebook game for a while
They
before.
did?
Yeah, they did.
Never did that.
And a Dragon Age one too.
I could get Dragon
Infamous.
Age.
They had an Infamous one.
Yeah, but
Let's not talk about that.
that's.
Yeah, let's not even go
I
into
played it.
that.
I wasn't amused.
You
by
played
it.
that?
I actually played it.
Oh my god!
I wasn't amused by it.
I saw a game. I was like, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Exit. Getting me some more farm.
And the next story,
Give me some of that farm.
Epic Games, who you might know for doing Gears of War,
Yeah.
sold a portion of themselves to a Chinese company.
What?
I'm gonna sell a portion of myself to you. Take this half of me.
The
I
exact
don't need it. I give it to you.
Gears of War customs.
Gears off. Take the war.
the exact
Just take it.
amount of the company and the amount of money.
How do you just sell half of something?
Stop.
I'm gonna give you a
No, wait,
quarter
why
back.
did they sell their stock to them? Any reason?
The reasoning, the money, and the amount of this corporation is all unknown. But the company known as Tencent worked with them in the past for their Gears of War
Pretty
games.
big
Is that the Chinese one?
That's the Chinese company's name.
Epic Games
I was about
makes
to
so
ask
much
that.
money, I don't see them like losing money. I don't get it. Oh well.
Gao.
Yeah.
Okay, and our next story is from Nintendo.
Oh.
Because they are the gift that keeps on giving. Nintendo wants the Wii U to be, and I quote, the preferred console for hardcore gamers.
No, not gonna
That's
happen.
not gonna happen. no
Not
matter what
gonna
you do.
happen.
They claim that they had too much information revealed at E3 and they were afraid they were going to overload us.
I heard that too. I heard it, but that's why they didn't release anything on Super Smash Bros. Because they were afraid of the of critics.
This is shit. Fucking shit from Super Smash
I'm
Bros.
dead serious. That's why they didn't release the 3DS.
Alright,
You
XL.
okay, Jimmy?
We already found out about the whole Namco Bandai.
Yeah.
Namco.
Yeah,
That's coming up later.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
it's out
okay,
now.
okay. No, it's not out now. We keep talking about it later. We just know about it.
But I read the article, and in a second statement, they say, quote, they want it to be the ideal second console
So the
with
first
multiple consoles and homes. In the same article.
The second.
The
not
ideal
the first console. Not the first console. The
So-
one that people get after the first one.
So
There's
I-
a second.
It's what we want to be.
Which,
what?
I'm glad that confuses you because it confused me the fuck out too. I have no idea.
You
You-
would be
Let's
number
not
2 or
kick.
number 1.
Let's not go.
I want to
for
be
the-
number 1 and 2.
Let's not go to the lead. Let's just go to number 2. Don't want to go too far.
we want to be the lead, but no, we also want to be number 2.
We want 2 we use next to each other. What?
We want 2 Wii U.
We want 2.
We want there to be 2 Wii U's in every household.
We'll come to.
We'll come to your door and punch you in the face repeatedly until you have 2 Wii U's.
He's like,
That'd be good ad.
he's like, get another like week.
Good ad to
like,
have a Halo.
Get an ad
God.
on your Connect. Buy 2 Wii U's. Buy a Wii U, get it one free.
Buy 2 Wii U's and get the third one full price.
The people will buy it.
They would buy it.
It's like I get it for free though.
I'm glad you get it for the full price.
All right.
What the fuck is wrong with
So let's get this other story out of the way. Namco Bandai will be working on the next two Smash
Smash
Brothers
That's not
games.
bad.
I'm not gonna lie.
I am
The
so
next two.
fucked. There's gonna be another Super Smash Bros. After the fourth
They
one.
already
Fuck
just.
yeah.
How do you
Good.
feel about Namco Bandai taking the reins?
Well, I love Namco Bandai.
I don't have mixed feelings on it because like I just want to see. I gotta see gameplay on it.
Is it gonna be
Definitely.
is it gonna be as good as Tekken or as good as Soul Calibur 5?
No,
Well,
It's
it better
gonna be
not
as,
play
it's
anything
gonna be
like
as
them.
good as Project X.
Is are they gonna?
It better be as good.
Is there
It
gonna
better
be
be
like a
better
portion
than
of
Project though.
Is there gonna be portions of the team working with Nintendo or just Namco Bandai making?
No, it's
No,
portions
they-
of the Namco Bandai team working. All their best people
Yeah,
are working with Nintendo
Okay,
on this
makes
game.
sense.
I don't know why.
I just
Like,
I hope it's not
I'm
like
glad it's happening, but I don't know why.
Why have it?
yeah like
Yeah, that's what's confusing me too.
It's like diamonds raining from the sky. I'm glad it's happening. I
I
don't know why it's happening. Although that does happen on Uranus.
Uranus.
Okay,
Hemorrhoids.
let's move on from butt jokes.
Hemorrhoids.
Portal 2
That's not
has been
funny.
recognized for its educational potential in both physics and in how to develop video games.
It's not bad. I mean, Portal 1 was.
I mean,
That's cool.
Alright, well, I guess I don't have really anything to say on that.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Portal 2.
Congratulations, Al.
You did a good job today.
Yeah.
But no one wants education.
That was
so-
clapping if our audio didn't take it.
It took it.
Doesn't matter, it could sound like jerk off from it.
that.
okay, let's stop this random conversation. Team Ninja, the makers of Dead or Alive 5,
Uh-huh.
released a statement saying that DLC characters make fighting games unfair,
How so? Unless they're broken.
and that they will not have any DLC characters and instead focus on balancing the game
Well,
post-release.
when it comes to Dead or Alive, they've had like these same characters since like the second game.
I know.
And they fought the same exact way since like the third game.
Well, according to the article, he's saying that if someone has all the characters plus Blanca, and someone
Dead
has
or Alive?
no, like just in, this is just in general.
If I'm fighting someone on Street Fighter X Tekken and they're using Blanca, I'm shitting myself out of anger.
No, like if someone has all the characters plus a couple more characters, and the other guy has just a couple characters, the guy that has the extra characters will get a distinct advantage going into the match.
Not really,
Because
though.
they will be more familiar with the characters, and this guy will have no experience with the new characters.
What?
That kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
Kind
like the
of.
whole reason fighting. You don't know all the characters.
yeah.
But I mean,
But
think
that's
about it
that's
though.
the same thing with when you're fighting a high tier when you're fighting as a high tier character against a lower tier character.
But
You
It's
have
not
no
exactly the same thing
No,
because
it actually is. Like if you're online, and I'm gonna keep using Street Fighter X Tekken because that's what I'm very familiar with right now, and it's one of the least balanced games since Marvel vs. Capcom. If you're fighting as Ryu against me, who uses like Yoshimitsu, that's gonna be a hard match for the Ryu because they don't really know what they can do really. Because
Well,
you don't fight them, you fight them barely at all.
And you'll be at advantage because you
Like,
fight Ryu's up
Yeah, like there's a tournament called Final Round, a fighting game tournament, and this guy, he dominated the whole thing with a low tier team because nobody knew how to fight him. And that's why he won, because no one knew how to defend or attack him the right way. So they got mollywopped.
But that's just like what's it called? Like
but yeah,
if you
consider that
start
they don't
a
even have the
game.
chance to look at these new characters compared to someone else who has the characters.
Yeah, but I mean that's
that's
just
even
like
more of a disadvantage.
That's true.
that's just like when you first get a game though. I mean you don't know any of the characters. You'll just have to get
Yeah, but
used
you
to
have the
them.
you will have the chance to go through them.
But if there's DLC characters, they were definitely announced.
But you still
So
have
if
the
you're a
chance.
fan of the game and you're playing it, you at least know something about these DLC characters. You've seen trailers of the characters.
Yeah.
You've seen something they can do.
But
You
Yeah,
might not
I
have
know
fought anybody, but you know what they can do. You know what kind of. You have a very small inkling.
Well, to be fair, I know something about Street Fighter characters. I don't know how to fight any of them.
We don't know how to fight them, but you know what they can do. You're not at an extreme disadvantage.
Yeah, like it won't break the game.
What if you're using the best character in the game against these new people? And if they're new DLC, then the person using them doesn't know how to use them.
yeah,
My point
makes
is-
sense.
I'm just saying this is what Team Ninja says, and I kind of agree with them in a sense. I also don't like on this DLC. That's a separate issue.
But you brought up earlier, but we're not
You bring it up earlier.
remember? Brought up earlier?
Anyway, an Australian study
Australia's brought up a lot these
claims
days.
that they have proven a link between media and violence.
There's always been a link.
Always.
There's always, since before video games, it's because of movies.
I'm glad-
and books.
And I'm glad you
And
said that
music.
because, to be clear, this isn't just game. This is all forms of media.
Yeah, which has
Yeah.
been prevalent since the Bible.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
Bible
but-
created
Cause a war.
created the Crusades.
Yeah.
Where hundreds of thousands of people were killed because of this stupid fucking book.
Yes,
I'm not saying the Bible's stupid, but if you just look at it as a book, hundreds of thousands of people died because of this stupid fucking book.
Look at it as like that's the equivalent of like
I'm going to be honest.
reading like a baby book and a bunch of kids.
When I was reading this story, I was half hoping you would think they meant just video games and that you would bitch and that I could correct you. And then,
Oh well, we're not idiots.
Stupid.
Like,
We're not the smartest, but
Like,
we're not the dumbest either.
Like,
because I went on the forums of this article and people were having a bitch fit over this. It's like there's nothing wrong. It's true.
It's
It is
true.
true,
Yeah, it
but
is
it's-
true.
But it's broader than video
Books,
games.
movies.
Yeah, it's not-
It's actually
not a-
video games have the opposite effect. It's the books
now-
and the movies.
Yeah.
Not even so much music.
I
Well,
wouldn't
okay.
so
okay,
much
well,
say-
music does too.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It's-
so
it's
much
music,
say that
books,
video
and
games have
movies.
the opposite effect. It's just not as strong as.
No, it's not the opposite
And
effect.
according-
It lets people actually interact
according
and actually
to
get
the,
the inhibitions out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So it's the opposite effect.
According to the study,
I just want to say it's a full opposite effect.
according to the study says if you watch just one violent movie in your life, you're not going to have any notable difference. It's a cumulative over time effect.
Oh, yeah.
And also that to fix this, he would advocate parents being better parents instead of having lawyers and legislators deciding what's
Yeah,
kosher and what's not.
And I
totally agree with
It's
that as
all-
well.
It's the parent. It's all about the parents.
You don't
man.
need no
It's-
government involved.
You don't need a
parenting.
government, man.
Yeah.
If don't bitch about your your kids playing Grand Theft Auto, you're the one that bought it for them.
You're the one who's
should-
letting them play.
You
it.
should check the M rating system. The M rating. Oh, sex, drugs, violent. Oh, aggressive. Like, come on. And you're gonna bitch about buying it? Makes no
I
sense.
bought this for my son, and
I hate it.
I do not agree with
It's
this.
like, come on.
That's like the Dead Space 2 stuff.
That's like that Mortal Kombat type shit. When I first
I know,
heard it,
right? The rating system.
where they tried to sue Mortal Kombat for being violent, and then tried to sue it again for total bullshit.
Gotta do it again for the
Oh,
kid.
This
killed
kind of
his
shit's
brother,
happened with
right?
games for
Yeah.
a long time.
And it just
now.
automatically
Oh,
blamed on games.
Cyber-
Like comic books before.
Son, didn't he cut
Yeah,
his throat
comic
or
book.
something?
He's like, the mom was like, yeah, my kid, he saw the character Cyrax. He threw like a knife into his brother's chest and killed him. It's Cyrax's fault for Mortal Kombat. And they're like,
Maybe it's
bitch, Cyrax doesn't even have a move that does that.
He doesn't have a knife in general.
The only
except
person
a
that
buzz
does
Hold on,
that-
did that happen?
Yeah,
Yeah, that really happened.
the mom's kid threw a knife into his brother's chest, and he died. And she blamed it. She had just bought them Mortal Kombat 3 for the Sega,
Yeah.
and she blamed on Mortal Kombat. She blamed it directly on the character Cyrax, the yellow ninja that shoots the nets
The
and
yellow
the
cyber
bombs.
ninja. And the
She
buzz
said
saw.
it was his fault, and then they brought him to court, and all the company had to say was, I kind of pictured them sitting back going, yeah, he doesn't even have a move like that. Yeah, nobody does, actually.
No one throws it.
One character does, and he wasn't until Ultimate Mortal
I
Kombat
know,
3, actually.
right? I know.
I
his
just have that
scorpions are
picture-
good, you can get to
Picture
that.
my head of Jackie Chan
He
going
wasn't
like
even
this
able
and
to
going,
come
my
back.
brain is full of fuck right
Yeah,
now.
It was just, I laughed. It was like, dude, you're wrong. And needless to say, they lost, and nothing
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah. They were just like
They're just wrong.
smoking
Yeah,
weed.
bitch.
That put a
Smoking
smile on
weed.
my
Just
face.
smoking weed in like a building. Like,
Oh, you're wrong.
You're wrong. And here's why.
bitch, don't smoke
Simple as
weed.
that.
We should probably move on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember what the original topic was.
Our next story comes from Japan.
Oh, this ought to be
man.
good.
Japan has passed a new law that might make YouTube completely illegal.
What?
I've heard
What?
that.
How
I've
does
heard that.
Japan pass a law that fucks us up?
Because Japan is supposed
No,
to be
illegal
awesome.
in their.
In Japan.
in
Oh,
their-
yeah.
yeah. Fuck that.
But why?
They've got porn websites.
The
don't
law
they?
That
said
you
Like,
too?
it doesn't make sense.
the law went completely unreported. No one really knew about it before it passed. Unlike SOPA or PIPA.
Or Sopa 2.
Revengeance. Speaking of that, new law ACTA got slammed down later on.
Yeah, after it passed.
It was because
Yeah.
It passed.
Well, no, the European Union Trade Commission says don't pass this law, and they have a lot of influence over the European
It's
Union.
because they couldn't get the revenge.
On a side note, the Japanese law states that ripping of copyrighted material is illegal.
It's always been like that.
Yeah,
Sale
like
of
that.
any sale of any software or hardware that circumvents copyright protection is illegal.
Yes, it's always been.
It's always been.
Always been illegal.
And the intentional download of illegally uploaded material is illegal.
That is also been illegal.
Downloading illegal things is illegal.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do that.
The fuck is wrong with the world, man?
It's been like this for years.
I know,
Years.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Fuck,
This is
man.
stupid.
let's just move on.
Moving on.
Yeah, it's
Go
stupid.
away.
In more Asian news, the PlayStation Store has been suspended in South Korea
That was so stupid.
Why?
For how long?
because there is a new law in Korea that says if you are less than 18 years old, they cannot ask you for your real name or age making an account. So in order for them to keep service there, they have to restructure their entire service.
I didn't even use my real name. I don't even remember what I used.
According to PlayStation, they know me as Acid Jackson
Oh yeah.
from
I'm
Funky
I'm
Town.
Inferno
They know me
Jackson.
as Frank Jacobson.
Frank Jacobson.
I'm like Inferno Jackson. I live in like Crazy Town or something
Crazy
like that.
Town.
But yeah, what do you think about the store being suspended?
Stupid.
Dumb.
But
Stupid
Ben
is
used his
good.
real name.
I mean, I get
I
it,
use Ben,
but-
I don't use Ben.
I just, I don't know.
Fucking Apple.
It's just
Blame
So
South
bad.
Korea's officials
The
then.
iPad.
I totally don't give
I said that.
any fucks about Korea, and if I did, they would not fly.
But it's just stupid in general
Okay.
about that. At all.
Because you don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
Obviously, you didn't get it. I can see it in your face, you didn't get it.
They can go fly.
Another story. Do you want to go to the moon? Or to
Yes.
Mars?
Yeah.
I want to go to the moon,
Do you wanna go to
Mars.
Mars?
I want to have sex on the moon.
Do you want to go to Mars?
Yeah.
No, I want to go to Mars.
Well, 400 people do. There was a thing that you could sign up for to go to Mars to quote colonize the planet, and 400 people signed up.
Are
You
you
guys
rich?
have one going.
No, just ordinary people.
Oh, never mind. I ain't
They
going.
signed up
Yes,
and
they
paid?
signed up.
and paid
Well, no, it wasn't asking for a fee.
to colonize. You can't colonize Mars.
For the record, this petition was a hoax,
Well,
and any action
Oh.
and any actual flight would be. I know you know this, but I'm saying this
Mad
I'm saying this
expensive.
completely straight for the record, and that any attempt would take at least 20 years to even try.
You'd have to get up on that
You know when we're
shit.
gonna start planning to go to Mars? 2025. That's
That's when they start planning.
Yeah, that's when
But
they're
that's
gonna
because
start doing
you'd have to go up there. You gotta set up shop with like oxygenators,
You-
something to turn all that.
You gotta
fucking
bring all that
carbon
shit
What do you?
Yeah, you gotta bring it. And first, we've gotta get there.
I know, right?
You
We
gotta
haven't
get
even gotten
people
there.
there
What-
first.
2 years.
But what do you think of someone saying, "Hey, do you want to go to Mars?" and 400 people signing up?
Yeah, hey guys, you wanna go to Mars?
There's-
Let's go to Mars.
There's 400 people who need to be slaughtered, so their kind is not around anymore to fuck up the gene pool.
You wanna go to Mars? No, I'm joking.
What was that? What, a few days?
I don't want to go to Mars.
Fuck Mars.
I want to go to the moon.
Moon's pretty cool.
Baby girl.
I still want to sign up to go to the fucking moon though.
A baby girl.
I'll just look at a moon to a
It's a
telescope.
fucking vacuum. I cut a hole in like my girl's pants in the moon. Just watch all her hair just.
What? I don't know where you going with
Stop.
that.
We are moving on.
I
We
don't know
are
where you
moving
going
on
with
from
that.
this.
Would you believe I was just quoting something I saw?
I even
Our
know,
next story.
I didn't even know what you were talking about. I'm
I
like,
quoted that's
What?
something I read.
To
I
keep
know.
subscription costs down, Netflix will now be in charge of its data delivery
It was
services.
that meme base where it said the
Oh,
fuck.
delivery?
The fuck did I
Yeah,
just
so
read?
it will-
That's where I got that.
Previously, what would happen is that you would have to go to Netflix, choose a movie you want to stream, and it would go to a third-party service and stream it to your.
How come I
your
can't just get it
console.
from Netflix?
Now they're gonna have now that that's become too costly, they're just gonna switch it to direct download to keep subscription costs down.
I don't want to download it.
To direct streaming, I mean.
Oh, I don't want to download it. I want to watch it.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, this will take a large investment in higher operational costs going forward. It'll overall it'll be even less than just hiring someone else to do it. So it'll be keeping subscription costs. Subscription costs at their current price.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So this is just a way to keep the costs down so the users don't get pissed off at Netflix. In our final story is a rumor of a possible PC remake of Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
It's like,
So I was like,
Okay.
alright, there
it was
goes.
like,
I
have I done before?
There's
Like,
that.
There was
Good
a
first time.
Google cached site that's still on the internet, by the way, that says that 3 added features will be the obvious trophies, achievements, a quote
For PC.
well, Steam has achievements.
Yeah.
Quote, a character booster.
What's that?
Apparently, it's like you go in. It's like console commands. You can just go in and say, "Do you want extra HP for Cloud? Go ahead. Here's extra HP for Cloud."
So it's like cheating.
Basically.
Oh.
And Cloud saves. When approached by the rumor, Square Enix flatly denied it, saying that we have no plans for Final Fantasy VII at this time.
Then the whole point of this article is pointless.
Well, the actual site still exists. There was a site that actually had this data on it, made by Square Enix.
True. So like, yeah, that's not true.
It was taken down.
Don't believe what we said before.
It was taken down, but it's still in Google's cache. You can still check it out.
So they lied to themselves.
And then to us.
I know, and they're like, did I write that?
I didn't
These
These ants. They tell lies. Lies just spring forth from these fingertips.
Now we get to stupid shit.
No, stupid shit.
A Swedish court recently ruled that imaginary children are not real.
What?
And because of that, they don't count towards child porn.
What?
And because of that, imaginary children from like anime and cartoons and stuff don't count towards child porn because they are technically not real.
Yeah, that's so nasty.
All of a sudden it became a lot less funny.
Apparently, imaginary kids are not
Imaginary kids are not real.
So I can check off the 5-year-old's anime.
Oh, shut up.
This is
That's
completely
basically what it
new.
means.
But that's fucked up because now that that's passed, we're gonna start seeing that shit now.
I know, right?
I mean, I know it's out there.
In
but
Sweden.
Yeah, in Sweden.
We never go to
But the
Sweden.
internet is connected to Sweden.
True.
I know, right?
And I don't want to pop
We
up
get Sweden
when I'm looking up my normal porn for that kind of porn.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you want to watch underage?
You want to watch some underage Swedish anime chick? Fuck no!
Fuck yes. What?
He's like, fuck yes. No, I said fuck no.
Yeah.
Alright, we're opening it up now. He's like, stop this!
And it's like Trojan horse.
It's Trojan horse. Porn.
The cops are hitting out.
My computer is illegal!
I go pit on
The cops
He's
are
like,
out.
this is
This doesn't exist. This is
They're
legal in
imaginary.
Sweden.
They're imaginary.
It's legal in Sweden.
in a quarter, they're imaginary.
This is not real.
They're
They're not
imaginary.
real kids.
Our next story comes from Diablo 3 because I love talking about
Diablo
3.
P.
That one's a funny kid.
When people buy the digital version of Diablo 3,
See, I remember I brought this up before.
they are regulated to the starter edition for 72 hours because of a recent patch.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
paying $60 for a demo.
What? So 3 days later.
The starter edition includes the following restrictions.
Everything.
Only-
You can't do anything.
Only Act 1 is available.
You can only do one level.
The level cap is level
You only
13.
get to level 13.
There's like 100 levels.
Matchmaking is only restricted to other people doing the starter
You
pack.
can only play with people with the demo.
That's exactly that's
The auction house is completely disabled,
No more auction house, which no one wants anyway.
and you're only allowed to play with people in your region. You're not allowed to go global.
So-
You can't play outside of the USA. You've got a demo.
for 3 days.
Just the demo.
Now,
Just the demo.
Blizzard
You've got a
released a
demo.
statement saying that's not what they wanted to do with the patch. What they actually wanted to do, and this gets even funnier,
Uh-oh. I didn't know this part.
Imaginary friend.
is that what they're going to do is they're going to check to see if you are a verified player, and they're going to, this process take up to 3 days, 72 hours, and if you are not verified for that duration, you will not be able to have public game access, only private invite games only.
You paid $60 for the game.
Wait, I'm not finished, there's still more.
No, thank you.
The auction houses will be disabled. there will be no trade, and
Oh, thank you.
you can't drop items for other players, meaning that what you got, you're stuck with, and you can't deal with any other players and trade items and whatnot. There will be no chat whatsoever for this for an unverified user.
You got a question? What's the difference between a verified and an unverified?
Well, what happens is that when you buy the game down digitally, they're going to check to see.
Okay. No,
They go through you and they check to see if you're verified.
Got it. Okay.
It take up to 3 days.
Okay. What's it mean if you're unverified?
It means you're like this crap until they say you're verified.
Okay. No. I get it. What?
It means you're playing a demo
Is-
until you're verified.
What?
That's a good question because I have no fucking idea.
What is the act of being unverified?
That's a very good question because I have no idea. I guess it might be a check for spam bots.
Then what?
But I don't
That's
think
not
it's-
needed if it's a
But I
spam
don't think
bot.
a spam bot would spend $60 in a video game.
No, they wouldn't.
$60 on it.
I'm tired of these fucking.
Anyway, the other restrictions, and there are 2 more than this,
What more?
is that you are not allowed to make custom messages for friend requests. You'd have to do generic "you and my friend" request. And there will be no global play still. So it's basically worse than the starter pack.
Wow.
Worse
What
than
they
the
wanted to
demo.
do is worse than what they actually did.
It's
Wow.
worse than the demo.
I'm tired of these game companies acting like we didn't pay for this shit. Acting like they're paying us to play this
I know,
shit.
right?
I'm sick of this games are a service attitude.
Games are not a service.
They are a product.
Yeah, brother, that's true.
We're paying for it.
We pay full
And I'm-
We may not be paying for as much as it took to make it, but fuck it, we're paying for
You
it.
know what pisses me off more? The fact that no one's bitching about this.
Bitching about it now.
Like Mass Effect 3, the ending, which really isn't that big a deal in hindsight,
Yeah.
compared to this, that got huge backlash.
Yeah.
But if they're going to do something like this, it's fine.
I don't worry about it.
Stupid.
That pisses me off because, like, in the end, it's just an ending, and not really that big a deal.
It's not the whole
Grand scheme
game.
of
Well, I
things.
think the reason why it's not getting as big a backlash as we would hope, because think of it like this: we are in America, we get full rights as an American. Okay, we are verified Americans. Now the illegal immigrants are unverified Americans, thus they don't get all the same rights as we do. I'm saying that we don't complain that they're unverified and not getting the same rights because they're unverified, thus they should not be here.
But this is
And they're not paying taxes.
What's that
What's it got to do with Diablo 3?
Diablo 3 and being
There's
unverified?
verified gamers, let's say the verified owners of Diablo 3
oh,
are
I
the
see.
Americans, and the unverified people who maybe hacked it or somehow got the shit for free are the illegal immigrants.
In other words, it's not my problem until it bothers me.
It's not your problem until it bothers you, and it's not bothering anyone, so it's not their problem.
It's bothering somebody.
It's bothering someone, just
But
not
it's
anyone.
bothering
just not a lot.
not
of
enough
people.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
I see where you're going with that,
So,
and that kind of pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Because like I don't even care about Diablo 3, but this still pisses me off.
Yeah,
I
just the
get
way
it.
like a game company's doing that to its like its fan base basically. Oh,
Yeah.
good, you can pay $60, but you're gonna have to wait 3 days.
Have to wait.
And basically, you're just buying a demo.
He was buying a demo for 3 days.
It's like, why?
That's like me buying Street Fighter and then only be able to play as Ryuken for the first 3 days.
It's like, why?
It's like, what?
And speaking of Mass Effect,
Yeah.
the extended cut's being released this Tuesday.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Will you be able to do? Will this be up by the time the extended DLC comes out?
It can be up. I can have it up tonight if I want it. But okay,
So I don't want- I don't want-
actually not.
I don't want to
because
say
it's guaranteed.
Tuesday and then have this be old news.
well, I'll have it up by tonight.
But,
I'll try.
Anyway, what we know is that it'll be about 1.9 gigabytes big.
oh,
That's the size of the
that's
extended
big.
cut
that's
Is
DLC.
it
big
just a cutscene?
Well, it's just
It's just a change to the final scene of the game.
So are you actually going to be gameplay? Is there any
Well,
gameplay to this?
You need to save. Well, what it
Is
says is
that
you need a save before the Cerberus base attack, to be exact. So there might actually be some gameplay changes. I don't know.
That
for
is
sure.
so crazy that the ending was so bad that they just released a different ending.
No, it's not. It's an extended version
extended.
of the ending.
Yeah, because there was.
The ending is still completely shit. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's just there was a lot of like question marks like in the
Like
shitty
plot
ending.
holes?
Yeah, in the shitty ending.
There are plot holes. Oh God, there are plot holes.
So this will fill everything up. Hopefully.
It has more plot holes than Heavy Rain.
Doesn't have more plot holes in the. No.
Well, throughout the whole story, it was pretty
Does
good.
it have
to
more
the end.
plot holes than Swiss cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain is Twitch.
It's the Swiss cheese in video games.
Just a
Anyway,
big
it'll at least include a new epilogue, like in the vein of New Vegas, which I'm actually really glad they did. They needed that, and it will quote provide closure.
Oh, that's good. We need that. We need
Closure's
it.
a good thing.
Need some closure.
Yeah, we need it.
And I think this might actually be our last story, not the one that I said was last.
Okay, got it.
Nintendo recently announced the 3DS
XL.
Stupid.
Oh man.
They're not
It is going to be out August this year.
People are gonna buy it.
But what about people like me who can't see?
It is $200. It will not have a second analog stick. There is no. It's just the one analog stick.
Just like the original model. But people.
It's basically just the same model, but it has a larger screen.
But
and
now
a
just-
larger
What the fuck
battery
is the
life.
point? I don't understand the point. This is pissing me off. I don't. That's not really pissing me off.
It's
I
a
don't-
larger
I'm
screen.
Because
I'm just not gonna buy it.
the DS Lite sold well, so why not a DS large?
Well, the thing is, the
But
DS
the DS
Lite.
Lite didn't get a DS.
It's because the
DSi.
well, the original DS was this big, bulky ass brick thing that you could break another brick with, and the DS Lite was a sleek, smooth, sexy as I want to make love to this machine thing, and it was a genuine upgrade.
Yeah.
A genuine, this is much better
It's
than
portable.
this upgrade.
It became a brick to portable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like back.
And but the
trying to fit
DSi
DS
to a
in your
DS
pocket,
or 3DS to a 3DS XL, you don't need something the size of your laptop.
No.
I know, right?
I just buy a laptop.
Yeah, it was just for your whole pocket.
And
Yeah.
I think this is the funny part. They're going to up the screen size, but not the resolution, meaning it might end up actually being a little bit blurry.
So it'll be
Shit.
SD.
And the screen is supposed to be 90% bigger, so imagine how much
It's gonna
that's
be
going to
stretched.
90% bigger.
Yeah.
90? That seems
That is huge.
that seems inflated by my standards.
It's like double the normal size. Like, it's probably even bigger than the.
You
Well,
see the
yeah,
XL,
because
right?
90
You
is
see
almost
the
100,
XL,
which is
right?
almost double. I can do math.
You've seen the XL,
Well, yeah,
right?
but it's
These things
fine.
are huge.
The DSi XL is already bigger than the original DS.
Yeah, those
It's just in more of a square shape.
It's
That's
like
all.
they're going backwards.
They are. It's going. I'm not getting.
Right now, it's the original DS with a 3DS function. You
Yeah.
could turn your shit 3D.
Let's say you can still play DS.
Yeah, it's
games.
basically a 3DS, but bigger.
What?
That's all it is. That's exact. If you just take everything off, it's just a bigger.
What the fuck are the
And it might have a
motherfuckers
longer
doing?
battery life, but that's pretty irrelevant.
Why are they compensating?
Longer battery life. I play my 3DS like all the time. I barely
Man,
have to
picked up
charge
your
that.
3DS in like 4 years.
Bad, really bad.
I played a lot of Street Fighter.
Yeah, when it first came out.
I played.
First
I just
release.
picked it up like what's it called? What game did I just
Oh,
pick up with it?
like back in
2 months ago.
yeah,
like,
what, back in
before
what, April?
February. What game? No.
Before last time I picked it up was before February. So it was a couple months ago.
When I got my Vita, I just dropped it until they make a game until they make Super Smash Bros.
It's like it's coming up for the year. Cause like,
Wow.
They're gonna have just a totally different system.
what's that like every like 4 years?
So what was the last 3DS game you bought? Spectrobes?
Or-
No, that was
there-
a DS
There aren't a
game.
lot of 3DS games out there.
They still
period.
haven't released
Well, I'm gonna
like
get Dream
3DS
Job
games.
No,
Distance. I'm gonna get that
I don't
next
know.
one. Well, yeah,
What
next
game
one.
was it? That
I still think it's a
Mario
stupid
Kart
name.
7.
God, the
I
last
still think Dream Drop Distance is a stupid name.
Well, I just call it 3D.
the 3D
Mario Kart 7
the,
and Super
the
Mario
last
Kart.
game we bought for the 3DS was Mario Kart 7.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a launch title?
No.
No. It came
It
out
came
like
out-
several months later. Several, like
It came out
7 or...
Christmas, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
December.
December, yeah, it came out December.
Wow.
So the last game you bought was in December, which
Well, you
is,
bought it- yeah,
which
bought
is
it
6 months before.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. What game has coming out for other than Kid Icarus?
Exactly.
Oh,
That,
not
that's,
much
a,
for me
that's,
to
the
buy.
that's the problem.
That's totally
Yeah.
true.
That's the problem.
There's not anything for me to buy, so what am I gonna do with
That's
it?
definitely
That's the point I was trying to make. Well, before we get to miscellaneous stuff, I want to name the sources from these news stories. I got these stories from theescapistmagazine.com
What the fuck do we need resources?
so that we seem at least a semi-credible news source. G4TV.com and RockPaperShotgun.com.
Bitches.
Michael?
That's all the news I have for today. Now we get on to random stuff from the panel.
Isn't that what we're
Anyone
doing?
else have anything you want to talk about this week?
I haven't actually had much game playing time this week. I've been swamped with shit.
Uh,
Oh, Well, for you fans, the next episode of Actual Zombie Crew and the final episode is coming out pretty soon. I'm working on that not as we speak, but every time I take a crap,
The last episode we're ever gonna do, we're not doing Zombie Crew anymore after this.
It's gone.
It's daily.
It's gone forever. We couldn't handle
He takes
it.
a crap too
We're
much.
just gonna
Too much
stick with
credits.
we're just gonna stick with Zombie Cast from now on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hope you guys like it.
Okay, that's all the news I've got.
So, how about you two?
Well, if anyone's out there a Walking Dead fan, the episode 2 comes out on PSN and Xbox Live on Tuesday.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a show.
Feels like
What? Yeah.
I'm not. Only day I'm picking up a game on Wednesday.
Which one?
okay.
Amazing Spider-Man.
It actually doesn't look. It looks a lot like Batman Arkham.
But better.
Stick with that Batman
And
Arkham.
you can play as.
Like the fighting, the way you fight is very much Batman Arkham. It looks cool. It looks fine.
But to be fair, if you're gonna copy a superhero game, you might as well copy
Might
Batman
as well
Arkham.
copy the
Arkham
best
Asylum.
superhero game ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks nice. It flows very well, but it's definitely Batman Arkham.
Yeah.
And there is nothing
There's
wrong with
nothing
that.
wrong.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm just stating the fact. Just stating the fact.
And I had to agree though a lot. Like they say, like the sneaking is definitely a lot
The
like Batman.
sneaking
Like
is Batman
a
Arkham.
lot. Like that's like the most.
Amazing
like,
Spider-Man
it's
is definitely Batman Arkham.
But better.
But Spider-Man.
But Marvel.
Not better. But
So,
Beanox.
But
Marvel just endorses it. Beanox is the actual creator of the game.
DC. I mean,
It wasn't Marvel's
it's not
decision to be like, let's copy Arkham City or Arkham Asylum.
Disney.
Disney. Yeah.
It's not.
so now it's our final segment called Food for Thought, in which I ask a question, you give me an answer.
I
Okay.
actually kind of like this one.
Alright, my first question today. Can you think of a sexy female character that wasn't designed strictly for their sex appeal?
Chun-Li.
Fuck.
Kyrie.
I don't know who that is.
You are such a dirty perv.
Kyrie? Is that the one from
Kingdom Hearts!
Isn't she like 12?
No.
No, she's 15.
Aren't you like 19?
Yes.
Hey,
Yes!
She's
She
hot.
was 15 at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2.
She designed it.
But she's not.
Yeah.
She in the first game. She was not designed to be hot.
She had a half shirt.
Ivy was in it. She was not designed to be hot.
Ivy was not
Look,
in
by the
Kingdom
time I was
Hearts.
playing
No,
it-
I'm talking. We're having a separate
we're
conversation.
But when I was playing, I was like, what, 16, so.
Okay, I guess you gotta pass.
I'm going to say Lightning from 13.
I said Talon.
Oh, you said Talon from SoCal.
Oh, yeah, Talon. That's a good one. That's actually a really good one.
She was not designed for sex appeal.
I'm trying to think of another question off the top of my head. Have you got questions you want to
No.
just
Not
put
really.
out there?
No, you're better with these questions.
Yeah.
Coming out of nowhere.
We'll just ask something really dumb.
What's your favorite?
If you could have any one superpower, but only one, what would it be and why?
Telekinesis. It'll make my life so much easier. I swear to God, it would.
Power to fly. I wouldn't have to drive and pay for gas.
I would not take that one
Really?
because children are needy dipshits and they would throw shit at you as you're flying.
It wouldn't matter because I can catch it.
You don't have super catching skills. You only have flying
I
skills.
don't. I can catch a baseball.
I can catch a baseball.
Anyone can catch a baseball.
I can
Yes,
catch a
because-
baseball.
Because exactly one base will be thrown at you at any one time. They're not going to launch tons of eggs at you.
Wait.
or anything.
Are we doing like physics?
No,
Like, oh, if we're
no.
running, if we
One
have super speed.
just one superpower.
Just
No, I mean,
one
like-
superpower, no other power.
No,
No
I mean,
other
like,
power,
which-
no negative effects,
So-
No negative.
no
effects?
negative effects, no other power.
So by that
Super speed,
definition, you will have flight, but not fast flight. You'll be flying at the speed you can walk.
Fine, and scratch that super speed.
I'll have,
Super speed's
Okay,
cool.
they're super
like infinite stamina.
Infinite
That's me.
That's good. That's
So
good.
you can do what Dylan does, but slower.
Yeah.
Run.
We'll never
really-
get tired.
No, but Dylan can also do that because he's got super speed, which also is.
But then he won't have
Which-
this.
which
That means he doesn't have
also-
stamina.
Yeah.
He only has
Well-
super speed, not
Well,
stamina.
super speed
But
comes
that's-
with unlimited stamina.
Yeah.
The Flash is not categorized as unlimited stamina, but yet he can run at super speeds for an incredibly long time.
Through like Antarctica to like.
Yeah, he can run across the world without getting tired.
Yeah.
Superman can run faster than he does.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
He
I'm
can
not
also-
going over
He can
that.
also fly faster than him.
Have sex.
Does it?
So-
That should be
Ben just wants to
categorized.
have sex
Superman
nonstop.
power, every power.
What about you, Brandon?
I would pick space-time.
I knew he was
manipulation.
gonna say that.
Space-time manipulation.
I knew he was gonna say. He brought that up a while ago when he first told us about Cracked, the best superhero, the best.
I want to be able to manipulate space-time. because then you could do pretty much anything with that.
You know what would be?
That's like, oh, what? I have to choose one power. I
That's-
want the power to have all the powers.
That's yeah, it's basically
That's
legal.
Superman
It's basically
power
legal
right there.
God though.
You know what I
Not fair.
you know what power I want? I wouldn't be I'll have zombie. I would have the zombie king.
I would
I'm
have
not zombie arm.
can't die.
I
can
mean,
punch people.
Barring that, I would pick mimicry as my power.
What kind of memory?
The ability to memorize and copy other people's powers.
Well, I mean,
powers and skills.
Fucking
since you
asshole.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. Since you said like I basically.
No,
feel
I just have to
the
watch
same
them. I
thing.
wouldn't have
I
to
mean,
touch
if
them.
I had a choice, it would be like having like pyrokinesis, like fire.
Oh,
Pyrokinesis.
pyrokinesis. That's a cool one.
That's what I would have, since me and Dylan had the same. If I had to choose different.
Actually, you guys didn't have the same. His
No.
was just better
Mine was just better in every way.
in every way.
I like the way pyrokinesis.
Pyrokinesis is cool. That's a cool power.
Yeah, I like mine.
Yeah, until
Never
you
get
burn the
cold.
house down.
You fuck shit up.
Yeah, until you burn the house down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
alright.
yeah, never get.
But as soon as the government saw you had pyrokinetic powers,
They'd shoot you on sight.
oh, what
No,
they,
they-
I, thought
they-
I thought they captured you.
No,
Use it
they-
for,
they-
they
they
use it
use
for
it.
military experiments.
No, they just shoot you on
No, they
sight.
won't. They won't. They'll try to extract your genes.
They
and
shoot you and then perform an autopsy.
Oh yeah, that's what they
But
do.
they can kill
And
you.
take your blood
But
sample.
if they can kill you.
All you got is pyrokinesis. You have nothing else besides pyrokinesis.
Yeah.
A bullet goes through fire.
Yeah, it will not.
A bullet will go
No matter how hard you push it,
They can kill them before they shoot you.
you can melt. You know how high your fire had to be to melt lead?
Pyrokinesis is good,
What point?
not in a gunfight.
Yeah, if you're not in a gunfight,
Pyrokinesis is
come
good
on.
combined with something else,
Like,
like telekinesis.
like,
Like we make a decent team,
Hmm.
but pyrokinesis by itself, you can beat
Or someone that-
in a
yes,
fist
wind-
fight.
Fire with someone that has
just
wind
punch and
powers
make
they
your
actually.
fist higher.
That's a
something
guy.
like-
Yeah, that would be.
Well, that's Ken.
Whereas
What?
Ken, yeah,
But you can only do that going up.
fire shurikens. Okay.
And the
Okay,
other-
then on a side topic, on the next question, name a superhero that has a shitty power and why it's shitty.
The guy from Batman who had the eye on his hand.
Let's not get obscure. Let's not be obscure about this. Let's use main
What's
people.
Flash.
The Flash. Okay.
I think he's just pointless and useless in the superpower.
And
What's-
Superman can beat him.
With
Fuck
Superman,
that.
he's
Superman
got
dead.
with
Superman
around-
literally makes him worthless.
Yeah,
he does, but I hate Superman.
I would have to say Aquaman, and I do not have to explain, do I?
No.
Talk to edibles.
But do so
what
anyway,
was
just
the
for the fun
question
of it.
again? What was the question again?
What superhero has a shitty power and why is it shit?
Wonder Woman. I mean, Superman is just all around better.
Wonder Woman, just cuz.
I remember once I
All
heard
she
that.
has is super strength. I mean, Superman has super strength.
She
super
can fly
speed.
now.
Doesn't matter. Superman can fly at top
I
speed.
remember that she once had a weakness, and I'm not making this
No,
up,
I know what you're gonna say.
that she would be completely worthless if she was ever bound by a man.
If like someone came behind,
They
some
re-
dude came behind her and grabbed her wrist. You're mine now, bitch. Like,
No!
And then she would lose all the power because she was bound by a
Man,
man.
that's so stupid. Such a stupid
You're
idiot.
mine now.
They eventually retconned that out of existence.
yeah, because
But-
when she became relevant,
You're
When
mine now.
people
bitch.
actually. But yeah, well, Aquaman, what can he do? He can talk to fish, not animals. No, he can
No, he
talk
can
to
talk to
fish.
Aquatic animals.
Aquatic animals he can talk to.
He can talk to dolphins.
And he's big. He's got a hook.
So there's
Shit.
nothing he could do. He couldn't stop a monkey.
He's got a hook hand though.
Yeah.
He couldn't stop a
Can't
monkey.
stop a rape. Either.
No, he couldn't stop a rape. A
I mean,
monkey.
He can't stop it.
He
and
couldn't
even-
stop beach bullying. I'm gonna be. He
I
can't
mean-
control. He can control aquatic. There is no aquatic animals on a beach. He's gonna control a
Could
crab.
crab? I say could crab be?
Oh, that's crab.
categorized as
Totally
aquatic.
And even you, Aquaman, with a hook, that's still worthless because that's just a hook. That means you only have one hand
He's
to
just
work
got
with.
one
He's like-
hand.
That means you only got one hand to lift things with and
I
do
mean, yeah,
strength.
now he's got. Now he's not super strong. He's got the strength of a very strong man.
Yeah, he's not like.
That's what he
Of
got
a
the
slightly
strength
above average
of a
man.
slightly above average man.
Yeah.
He's got the strength.
Like an
of-
Olympic athlete.
Yeah, like
like
that.
exactly,
He's not
like-
super strong. That's just. He's got.
And if he's
gotta-
only and there's only one arm, which means he's even less worth.
He's got a trident
less worth
hand.
it. So the hook hand is completely worthless for lifting things.
I know, right?
What about you?
Are we getting
We
out?
can't go obscure.
Yeah, no.
You can't go obscure. That'd be too easy.
Yeah.
That'd be far too easy.
I didn't really think about this, dude.
Every
hurts when
Batman villain besides the famous
I
ones
know.
are all shitty and crappy and no one cares. Kill him off.
Batman has a superpower.
The Riddler is kind of worthless.
Riddler's kind of worthless. Yeah.
The
That's
Riddler is
true.
kind of worthless.
He's got. Well, he doesn't really have any powers.
And-
No, he actually has no powers.
There's
He got
barely-
super intellect.
He's got super. That's not super. He's just really, really smart. He's just a genius.
Yeah, there's barely anyone in the Batman series that actually has a superpower.
That's actually true.
Yeah, everyone's
Solomon
saying.
Yeah,
Grundy?
actually, no one's
Well,
actually.
Joker has magic fourth wall breaking powers.
But so does Deadpool.
But Deadpool has super strength and super.
Super healing and super everything.
Yeah.
Can't be killed.
I mean, that's technically a
Superhuman.
power.
That's
You know what? The Joker has a worthless power.
Oh,
The Joker's
Joker's smart,
Joker's
though.
got a worthless power, but he's killed more people than any other supervillain ever,
Yeah.
True.
and is still alive.
so,
Is still alive and has killed someone.
Of course, he actually
Yeah.
does have the power to drive people insane, like Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's also had the power to kill people in real life. The Joker killed Heath Ledger. The Joker killed Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
That is a bad motherfucker.
they kill the actor that played
They kill the actor that plays him.
They played the best role.
That takes skill.
That
Yeah,
takes
That
a
does take
very,
skill.
very bad villain. In
It takes
in
definition of
bad,
insanity.
that is the definition of a
Have I told you
supervillain.
definition of insanity?
No, we're not going to.
No, insane in the membrane.
Insane in the membrane.
Wasn't that from Osmosis Jones?
Insane in the membrane.
Yeah.
That's a song.
Yeah, that's actual song.
Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. No one knows this song.
I just sung that part, like
Oh.
right after you said what's
Oh, okay.
I love how he sings the song, you start singing the song, and you ask if anyone else knows the song. I'm just gonna point that out.
Is that your final question?
Well, I think that's it for today.
Right.
This has been our third zombie cast.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm Brandon Carey, your illustrious host.
I'm James Hughes.
I'm Benjamin Figueroa.
And I am.
He's a person.
That's the Falcon.
They're all people.
Oh
And goodbye.
fuck him!